Hello everyone, hope you're having a wonderful day. Today, we're diving into a heartwarming Tet preschool mini-festival where Anna proudly shows off her handmade craft. But one quiet whisper about Tu Tien's past suddenly freezes the whole moment. What happens next will honestly surprise you. If you enjoy this story, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next episodes. The morning starts earlier than usual, and it starts with a kind of nervous excitement that makes the whole house feel brighter. Tu Tien is already awake in the kitchen, moving quietly so she doesn't wake Anna too fast. She warms up water, lays out a small towel, and checks the little Ly one more time, like it's made of glass. It's a soft, simple set, nothing too fancy, but it's clean, pressed, and carefully folded the way her mother used to fold clothes before a big day. In the bedroom, Jack sits on the edge of the bed, tying his shoes while watching the clock. He's trying to act calm, but he keeps glancing toward the kitchen as if he can already hear the preschool music from here. "You're up early," Tu Tien says gently as she steps into the room. Jack smiles. "I don't want to miss anything. Today feels important." Tu Tien nods. She doesn't say it out loud, but she feels the same. This isn't just a school activity. This is a little milestone. A moment that proves time is moving forward quietly, steadily, despite everything they've been through. When Anna finally wakes, she sits up with messy hair and sleepy eyes, then suddenly remembers what day it is. Her face brightens like a lamp. "School," she says, voice still thick with sleep. "Yes," Tu Tien laughs. Tet day at school. Anna kicks her feet, excited. She doesn't fully understand Tet the way adults do, but she understands the feeling. Pretty clothes, music, snacks, photos, and everyone's smiling at her like she's the center of the world. Tu Tien helps her wash her face and comb her hair. Jack crouches nearby, holding the tiny shoes and pretending to inspect them like a serious professional. "These shoes," he says solemnly, "are approved for festival activities." Anna giggles. Then she reaches her arms out to Tu Tien, asking to be dressed. Tu Tien slips the Ly over her carefully, straightening the fabric, smoothing the sleeves, checking the buttons. Her hands pause for a second as her chest tightens with emotion. Jack notices. "You okay?" he asks softly. Tu Tien exhales and forces a small smile. "I'm okay. It's just, she's getting big." Jack looks at Anna, standing there proudly, turning in a slow circle like she's on a runway. "She's getting big," he agrees. "And she's healthy. And she's happy." Tu Tien's eyes soften. Yes. They leave the house with the air still cool and fresh, and the road to the preschool feels shorter than usual. Jack drives carefully, slower than he needs to, like he doesn't want the morning to rush past them. When they arrive, the preschool looks completely different from a normal day. There are red decorations on the gate, paper flowers on the walls, and a few lanterns hanging from a tree branch. Even the teachers are dressed up, smiling wide, moving with that cheerful energy that feels contagious. The sound that stands out most is the drum. It's not a full lion dance performance, not the kind you see in big festivals, but the kids have been practicing a simple drum routine. The drum is set near the courtyard, and a teacher taps it slowly while the children repeat the rhythm with small hands and serious faces. Boom, boom, boom. Anna freezes when she hears it, her eyes wide. Then she grips Jack's hand tighter. Jack bends down. "It's okay, it's just the drum." Anna watches, fascinated. Boom. Tu Tien can't help smiling. "She's been practicing at home, you know." Jack raises his eyebrows. "Really?" Tu Tien nods. She uses a plastic bowl. She hits it and says, "Boom, boom," like she's leading a parade. Jack laughs quietly, and in that moment his shoulders drop a little, like he's finally letting himself relax. A teacher approaches them, greeting them warmly, and guiding them toward the courtyard where parents are gathering. "Thank you for coming," the teacher says. "We'll do group photos first, then the little drum practice, then the symbolic lucky envelopes. And after that, The children will show a small craft they made. Jack nods politely. Tu Tien thanks her. Anna is already halfway distracted by the sight of other kids in tiny ao dai, running around like little butterflies, bright colors everywhere. They find a spot near the photo area. Parents stand around, smiling, some adjusting collars, some fixing hair, some holding phones up like this is a once-in-a-lifetime event. And honestly, for many of them, it is. Tu Tien watches Anna walk toward her classmates, shy for half a second, then brave again. She joins a little group without needing to be pushed. Tu Tien whispers, almost to herself, "She used to cry when we left her." Jack hears it and nods. Now she walks in like she owns the place. Tu Tien's eyes shine. "That's what makes me emotional." Jack looks at her and his voice lowers. "We did that. You did that." Tu Tien glances away, swallowing the lump in her throat. She doesn't want to cry here. Not today. Not in front of everyone. The teacher begins calling the kids into lines for the group photo. Anna runs to her spot, and for a moment she looks back at Jack and Tu Tien like she's checking if they're still there. Jack lifts a hand and waves. "We're right here." Anna relaxes immediately and turns forward again, standing tall like she's been trained for this. The photo moment is chaotic in a sweet way. Teachers trying to get the kids to look at the camera, parents whispering their children's names, someone's toddler trying to sit down in the middle of the line, but the energy is warm, real, the kind of memory you can feel forming while it's happening. Then, right as Jack and Tu Tien are smiling, right as Tu Tien is letting herself breathe, she hears a voice behind her, not loud, not meant for her, but close enough that it slides into her ear like a cold thread. "That's her, right?" Tu Tien's body stiffens. Another parent replies, softly but clearly, "Yeah, I heard some old rumors, her past, you know." The words don't even have details. They don't need them, they still land. Tu Tien's face goes blank, like someone turned the lights off inside her. Jack feels it instantly. He turns his head slightly, not sharply, not aggressively, just enough to locate the voices. He doesn't glare, he doesn't explode, he does something much more controlled. He steps a half step closer to Tu Tien, placing himself beside her in a way that feels protective without being dramatic. Then he speaks, calm and clear, like he's talking about the weather. "Excuse me," Jack says, voice steady. "Today is about the kids. Let's keep it that way." The whispering stops. One of the parents gives an awkward smile, the kind people use when they realize they've been caught. "Oh, we didn't mean anything." Jack nods politely, not giving them a fight, not giving them fuel. "I know. Still, today is about the kids." Then he turns back to Tu Tien, and he doesn't ask her if she's okay, in a way that makes her feel weak. He just quietly anchors her. "Anna is looking for you," he says softly. Tu Tien blinks, like she's returning from far away. She follows Jack's gaze and sees Anna turning again, searching for her parents in the crowd. Tu Tien breathes in, then out. Then she lifts her chin and lifts her hand to wave back at her daughter. Jack stays beside her, steady as a wall. And the festival continues. Tu Tien keeps her eyes on Anna, the way you keep your eyes on a candle when the wind picks up. The whisper behind her fades, but the feeling lingers for a moment like a shadow that tries to step back into the room even after you close the door. Jack notices her breathing, notices the tiny tremor in her fingers as she lowers her hand after waving at Anna. He doesn't pressure her to talk right away. He just stays close, shoulder to shoulder, giving her the quiet message that matters most. You are not alone. The teacher claps her hands to gather everyone's attention. "Okay, parents," she calls out brightly. "We're moving to the drum area next. Please stand behind the line so the kids have space." The courtyard shifts like a gentle tide. Parents move, children shuffle into place, and the small drum becomes the center of the universe. Anna stands with her classmates, holding a pair of little sticks that look almost too big for her hands. She watches the teacher with a serious face, brows slightly knit, like she's preparing for something important. Jack leans toward Tu Tien and whispers, "She looks like a tiny general." Tu Tien lets out a short laugh, small but real. "She practiced at home for days." "I believe it," Jack says. "She made me clap for her." Tu Tien turns her head slightly, meeting his eyes. The warmth in his expression steadies her. For a few seconds, the outside world stops. Then the teacher taps the drum. Boom, boom, boom. The kids respond. Some on beat, some a little late, some hitting too softly, some hitting with all their strength, like the drum offended them personally. It's messy and adorable, and every parent's heart seems to widen at the same time. Anna hits her sticks carefully, then glances sideways at her friend, adjusting her rhythm. When she gets it right, her face lights up, but she tries to stay serious, like she doesn't want anyone to know she's proud. Jack watches with a kind of wonder that surprises even him. Not long ago, his days were full of phone calls, inspections, contracts, and the constant fear that one more problem would crush everything. And now here he is, standing in a courtyard, watching his daughter hit a drum like it's the most important job in the world. He exhales slowly. Tu Tien notices and nudges him gently with her shoulder. "You're smiling again." Jack doesn't deny it. "I forgot what it feels like to just be here." The routine continues for a few minutes, and the teacher praises the children loudly, making them feel like they just performed on a big stage. A few kids bow. One kid waves at the parents like a celebrity. The parents laugh, phones still raised. Then comes the part everyone has been waiting for, the symbolic, lucky envelopes. The teacher explains it with simple words so the children understand. It's not about money today, it's about the wish, the blessing, the new beginning. A basket appears, filled with small red envelopes decorated with cute patterns. The teacher calls the children one by one to step forward, receive an envelope, and say a greeting they practiced. Some kids whisper, some kids shout, some kids freeze and forget everything. When Anna's name is called, she steps forward confidently, then stops halfway, suddenly shy. She looks back at Jack and Tu Tien. Tu Tien raises her hand again, giving her a calm smile. Jack nods once, a quiet signal of support. Anna straightens her shoulders and walks forward again. The teacher kneels down to give her the envelope, and Anna takes it with two hands like she's been taught. The teacher says something gentle and encouraging. Anna nods, then turns around and walks back to her spot, clutching the envelope like it's treasure. Tu Tien's eyes sting. She blinks fast. Jack notices and speaks softly, careful not to make her feel exposed. "You okay?" Tu Tien nods. "I just never imagined this life." Jack looks at her, waiting. She continues in a low voice. "A normal school day, a festival, people smiling, Anna holding something red and proud. I thought my life would always be running." Jack's jaw tightens for a second, not with anger, but with a protective kind of pain. "You're not running anymore," he says quietly. "Not from your past, not from anyone." Tu Tien swallows. "Sometimes it still feels like it's chasing me." Jack answers without hesitation. "Then it can chase both of us, because you're not alone." Tu Tien's chest rises and falls. She nods once, small, like she's accepting a promise she's been afraid to believe. The teacher announces the last part, the craft showcase. Each child has made a simple handmade item, some kind of Tet-themed paper decoration. The kids are told to find their parents and present it proudly. The courtyard becomes chaos again as children run toward their families. Anna runs straight to Jack and Tu Tien, holding up her craft with both hands. It's a slightly crooked paper decoration with bright colors. Maybe a flower, maybe a lantern, maybe something only a child can fully understand. But Anna's face is pure pride. "I made it," she says. Tu Tien bends down immediately. "It's beautiful." Jack leans closer, inspecting it seriously like before. "This is high-quality work." Anna giggles. Then she holds it out toward Tu Tien first, offering it like a gift. Tu Tien accepts it carefully. "Thank you. I'll keep it safe." Anna's eyes shine, and she turns to Jack, suddenly remembering something. "And you," she says, reaching toward him with the envelope. "For you too." Jack looks surprised. "For me?" Anna nods earnestly, as if she's blessing him the way adults do. Jack takes the envelope gently. "Thank you," he says, voice warm. "I'll keep it too." Tu Tien watches this exchange and feels something heavy loosen inside her. The festival winds down with a few final photos. Parents gather again, kids pose again, teachers try to keep everyone in the frame. It's not perfect, but it's real, the kind of memory that grows more precious over time. As they begin to leave, Tu Tien catches the eyes of one of the parents who whispered earlier. The woman looks away quickly, embarrassed. Tu Tien's first instinct is to shrink, to step aside, to disappear. But Jack's hand finds hers, steady and firm. He doesn't speak loudly. He doesn't create a scene. He simply holds her hand, and they keep walking. Outside the gate, Anna skips along the sidewalk between them, swinging her arms, still clutching her craft like it's a trophy. Jack opens the car door for Anna and helps her climb in. Tu Tien buckles her carefully. Then Jack walks around to the driver's seat. Before he gets in, Tu Tien stops him with a gentle touch on his sleeve. Jack looks at her. Tu Tien's voice is quiet. "Thank you." Jack frowns slightly, like he doesn't want her to feel she owes him. "For what?" "For not letting it become a big thing," she says. "For not making me feel like I'm a problem you have to defend." Jack's face softens. "You're not a problem," he says, simple and direct. "You're my wife." Tu Tien looks down for a second, then back up. "I felt frozen." Jack nods. "I know." Tu Tien inhales slowly. "But when you stood there, I could breathe again." Jack's voice drops lower, intimate. "That's what I'm here for." They get into the car, and the drive home is calm. Anna hums to herself in the back seat, sometimes showing her craft again, sometimes tapping the envelope like it's a secret. Tu Tien watches her through the mirror and smiles, the kind of smile that comes from relief, not just happiness. Jack keeps his hands steady on the wheel. His mind still holds 1,000 responsibilities, work, schedules, plans, but for today, he lets the noise fade. Because today wasn't about the past. Today was about proof. Proof that Anna is growing. Proof that Tu Tien can stand in the sunlight again. Proof that Jack can protect without shouting. And when they pull into the yard at home, Anna runs inside first, announcing her craft like the whole house needs to see it. Tu Tien laughs softly, following her. Jack lingers by the gate for a moment, looking at the sky, then at his wife and daughter disappearing into the warm light of the house. He whispers to himself, almost like a vow, "This is what I'm fighting for." And for the first time in a long time, the quiet feels real. Anna's preschool hosts a Sweet Tet mini-festival, and Jack and Tu Tien arrive early to help her settle in. The children wear bright ao dye, practice a simple lion dance drum routine, and line up for symbolic lucky red envelopes. Jack and Tu Tien can't stop smiling as they watch Anna follow instructions, greet her friends, and pose proudly in group photos. In the middle of the celebration, a parent quietly whispers about old rumors from Tu Tien's past. Tu Tien freezes, her joy turning into sudden discomfort. Jack notices instantly and calmly steps in, redirecting the conversation with steady confidence while protecting Tu Tien's dignity. The tension fades, and the day ends warmly as Anna runs over, beaming, to show her handmade tech craft, reminding them what truly matters.